Thank you for clicking on this thumbnail. We know you could have been anywhere in this YouTube universe, as big as it is, but you're rocking with me, and I truly appreciate that. If it's your first time here, I'm Rico, and on this channel, we help you ascend to the highest value of yourself possible by utilizing the 3C philosophy. That's confidence, character, and of course, charisma. That sounds good to you, do me a favor. Matter of fact, do yourself a favor. Show that like button some love, hit the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications. Come join this 3C lifestyle, because I promise you, it's better over here. Now, if you've been taking to heart this 3C philosophy, forging your confidence, forging your charisma, forging your character, hitting the gym, working out, getting that skincare routine together, getting a little bit of muscle, getting back in shape, reading, expanding your mind. You can be a more interesting individual in conversation, finding and working on your purpose and putting that first. Definitely want to make sure you put your purpose first, very important. Learning how to communicate better. You're dressing better now, you're smelling better too. Speaking of smelling better, fragrance of the day, Ani by Nishane. This is probably one of the most complimented citrus vanilla fragrances I've ever had. The funny thing about this fragrance is when I first got it, I didn't even like it. I didn't. It had definitely had to grow on me. And a lot of people, when they hear citrus, they think of like a lemon, or they think of something crazy like that. But what I mean by citrus is, if you could imagine for a second how this smells, somebody squeezing a lime and the mist of the lime juice goes in the air. Or the bergamot. Bergamot is a citrus fruit as well. This does have bergamot on the top, and it drizzling on the leaves. So you can smell like the leafiness of the tree and the citrus in the air, and it dries down to a beautiful, I'm talking about amazing vanilla scent. It's a strong fragrance too. Very strong fragrance. So you don't need much. Just boom, 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 boom. Hit the wrist, boom, boom. You're good to go. If you really want to stand out, hit your shirt a couple times. But this is an extrait de parfum, so that means the oil concentration is a lot more heavier. So I'd be careful putting this on a white shirt, okay? Nishane, Ani by Nishane, I'm telling you, banger, go get it. Like I was saying, you're smelling better, so of course you're getting so much more attention from the ladies. You're getting attention from the ladies now, of course. Right? Makes sense. You're getting noticed now when you go out. Let's say you go to a bar, you go to a lounge or something. Now you're getting more compliments. You walking by the ladies and they smelling that sea eyes. They like, who is? And then they look, I'm 6'4", I'm tall. So usually when they walk up, they like, excuse me. You should a little tap. They like tap you, or they like tug on you or whatever. Might even grab your arm a little bit. And they like, oh my God, what are you wearing? You smell so good, man. The way you carry yourself is just, you mind me asking, like, what do you do? That's when you turn and be like, oh, I appreciate that. You're looking right in the eye. You gotta look in the eye. I'm tall, so, I look down, but let's just pretend for a second. You gotta look her right in her eye. You gotta get a little close, look at her right in her eye and just be like, oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. When she says, what do? You just respond to her like, tell her, well, I appreciate that. Oh, what do I do? And that's first date conversation. Now, how about we wait for that? And then just walk off. They see your glow up. You got that glow like Bruce Leroy. I mean, you on fire right now, right? You've been utilizing the 3C lifestyle. You've been internalizing it. You done forged yourself using them 3Cs, confidence, character, charisma, and now you on fire. The ladies are now attracted to you like moths to a flame. They trying to get a party. They're trying to be a part of your corporation. They trying to get in with you. They trying to work for your Microsoft, your Google. They trying to get into your metaverse. You feel me? They trying to get in your metaverse. They trying to see what that meta be about. You know what I mean? And before anybody gets offended, what I mean by corporation is I'm using that as a metaphor for dating. Don't be sensitive. You know how it is in 2022. Got to put that disclaimer out there. Using this as a metaphor for dating. Fellas, you're the CEO of the corporation that is your life. So these new options that you got because of this 3C lifestyle, they want to be a part of that corporation. It's very important that you can vet these new options to determine if they're executive management material. I'm talking about upper management, vice president, CEO. You in them big meetings for the meals, you can take her to compliment the deal type lady. You know what I'm saying? Or she's just a regular employee, part-time. You know what I mean? Or even worse, maybe even seasonal. So I'm gonna give you 5 traits to look for to determine whether or not this woman is executive material or if she's part-time, seasonal, anything like that. All right? And just to be clear, just before we even start, this list is not a guarantee that if she doesn't have all 5 or whatever, this is just 5 of many. There should be many things that a man looks for, of high value, high quality man looks for when he's vetting a woman to be a part of his life. What I mean by executive management, I'm talking about someone that you will take seriously, someone that you'll commit to, that you may even give your last name to, that you may even build a legacy with when it comes to children. That's very important. You get that wrong, that can cause you a lifetime of pain. All right? So like I was saying, this is not like a guaranteed list saying that if she had none of these, then, you know, she's the wifey material, because there's a lot of chameleons out there. There's a lot of women who can play the part month, 2 months, 3 months until they get it. Come on, we all know. We done lied on a few applications. Oh, absolutely. I'll work weekends. Oh, you want me to work Sunday? No problem. What time you want? I'll work 12 hours. I don't even care. No problem. Nope. No days. I don't have any preferences on days. As soon as you get that job 3 months in, your ass is like, overtime. I ain't coming in. I ain't coming in. Y'all need to give me these holidays off. I'm telling you, I want Christmas off. Like, you know how it goes. So, same thing in relationships with these women, man. So, there's a lot of chameleons out here. So, like I'm saying, it's not a guarantee that if this lady doesn't have all 5 of these, or if she has 1 or 2, this is just my personal list of the more obvious traits or qualities to look for when you're vetting a woman to decide whether or not you're going to place her in executive management potential, or, you know, if she's just going to be a lifetime employee or seasonal. You ready? Number 1, she's extremely active and busy on social media. I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Maybe not so too much. Maybe Twitter. But Instagram for sure. Her profile is public. She's always posting. She's posting provocative, thirst-trapping pictures on Facebook or Instagram. She's always commenting, always maybe even sliding DMs, things like that. If she's extremely active on social media, that means she's too worried and searching for validation. Side note, a lot of these characteristics and traits, a lot of them could be based on perception and not for sure a fact, but you've heard of the saying before, perception is reality. And you guys, 3C Lifestyle, you guys are high quality men. We're competitive over here. High quality men are extremely competitive, so we care about perception. We care about our image, right? All right, back to the story. So if she's extremely active on social media, especially Instagram, that's you got to make a decision on what you want to do with that, right? Because it seems like she's an attention seeker and she has plenty of guys in her DMs. Even if she don't want 99% of them, she waiting on that one. It's always that one celebrity or that one athlete that she might get attention from that might make her question her values, needless to say. Number 2, she has multiple kids by multiple baby daddies and she's never been married. Multiple kids, multiple baby daddies, and never been married? Yeah. The reason for that is that it shows poor judgment. You know what I mean? Anything can happen once. You know what I mean? If you got in a relationship, you've been in a long-term relationship, you guys had a child, you thought it was going to end in marriage, I could understand that. You know? If it happened once, I get it. But you have to understand, women are in sole control of pregnancy. There's birth control. There's all other things. Just because a person has sex doesn't mean they have to conceive or get pregnant, right? So if she continues to get pregnant by multiple guys, that shows a bad error in judgment on her part. It also shows low expectations because it shows that she values being a mother or even carrying a child over being a wife. You ever heard the saying, you should marry before you carry? Things happen today. Today's an age, I get it, but it's the trend of multiple baby daddies without being married. On top of that, why haven't any of these guys ask to marry her. Or if they did, if she's the engagement queen, why does she keep turning down engagements? You know why? Because the men that were asking her, if they even asked her in the first place, she didn't love, value, respect enough to say yes to. And if that was the case, why does she have multiple babies by them? Something to think about. Especially, I gotta get close on this, especially if she's telling you she's looking for marriage. So she's looking for marriage. Now, hold up. What about the guys who you let pump and dump all inside? You didn't expect marriage from them before you gave them the best thing you could do for a man, further his legacy, but you expect it from me. Yeah. Number 3, she goes out a lot. She's always out, whether it be bar, lounge, club, brunch. You see her, she's always out, and she has a lot of male friends, especially male friends that aren't 20 plus years old from high school, college, whatever. She has a lot of male friends. Let's say y'all do decide to go out on a date. Y'all go out in the same city or the city she lives in, and every time y'all go out to a bar or lounge, another guy knows her. Hey, what's up, Tiffany? Hey, oh my God, oh hi, hey, ooh, that's my, oh hey, come here. And especially if she's interacting with the guys, hugging them, you know, they're coming up, hey, what up, girl, you know, and they all know her, and ain't none of them from high school, from college, nothing like that. What's the reason why she has all these male friends? Women aren't gonna be honest with the sexual count that she has. It's a good chance. The perception is that she's sleeping with most of them. If not most of them, she's sleeping with some of them. And they're still friends because they never were in a relationship. They never decided to be in a relationship. So that means she doesn't have the discipline with her body not to give it to anybody that isn't in a relationship with her, or she doesn't see herself being in a relationship. There's a saying, 2 ex-lovers that are still friends either were never in love or are still in love. Think about that for a second. And if she always is trying to be out, once again, she's advertising. It doesn't matter if she never talks to any of the guys, but she's waiting for that one night. And she knows that the only way that she could be seen is if she's out. She puts a lot of value on being out, especially if she goes out to where guys that she's attracted to usually hangs out. It's a little bit different if this girl was always at the movies or always, let's say, at amusement parks or always at even at restaurants. If she always was dining out or something like that. But if she's always at the social events, most people go to social events because it's popping, because the crowd there is the crowd that you like. I'm telling you. So if you went to a club and it was nothing but purple people there, like literally purple skin people there, and you weren't attracted to purple skin, you probably would never go there again. So she's going out to places that have the type of quality of people that she's attracted to. And she's getting all these new friends. Something to consider. And the thing is, she might try to shame you. She might try to call you insecure, anything like that. You just stick to your guns. What's understood doesn't have to be explained. Because if the roles were reversed, and if you were out in these streets, and every single female that walked into the lounge or the club or the bar, you knew they came up and gave you a hug, oh, she would have an issue with that. Mark my words. So instinctively, she knows that something's wrong with that. And let's keep it real. Most men that meet women as adults out in social settings, they're not looking for a homegirl or to be platonic. They trying to see what's good. They trying to see what's to her. Come on, fellas, we know. When we meet a girl out in the lounge, we don't look at her and be like, yo, she be the homie. That'd be a cool little homegirl to talk shit to and bag on. Nah, we trying to see what's up with her in a sexual way. And it doesn't work out, or maybe it does work out, but nothing is further and they're still friends. Or the other guys in the group are doing what? Just waiting their turn. And most of that situation, the guys in that group are all single. It's not like it's a married group. Like, oh, a whole bunch of married couples hanging around each other doing married couple things. No, it's always a whole bunch of single people interacting. And once again, some of these things are on perception. So even if she claims to never have slept with any of them, for one, you'll never really know a woman's number. You'll never know. So you have to look at her actions, right? So if she claims she never slept with any of them, let's say you believe that she never slept with them, it's still a bad look, because why does she want all these orbiters around? And she has to know, as a grown woman, that if given the opportunity, all those guys that are supposedly friends would take her down in a New York minute. So they just buying their time. They're friends, for a lack of a better phrase. And why is it so important for her to be seen so much, be out in the social scene, and also keep guys around her? It's one thing for men to be attracted to her, especially if you got a baddie. They go find her attractive. That's cool. But why do they have access to her? Why are they on first name basis with all of them? Hug basis with all of them. They're that cool. They can get hugs from all of them, embraces from all of them, flirty little playfulness from all of those so-called friends. Here's the thing. Why is the VIP section so alluring? What makes a Rolls Royce a Rolls Royce? Why is the price tag so high? We've all seen them on the street. We've probably even been next to one of them. We may have even sat in one for a quick little second at a car show or something. But not all of us could experience that Rolls Royce. So it's one thing to be in awe of something, to desire something from afar. That's perfectly fine. But the woman that has a lot of male friends is allowing them to have a small experience of her. Sometimes a big experience, we'll never know. But let's assume that she didn't have sex with them. They get a small experience of somebody that you're supposed to court, you're supposed to pay for dinners, you're supposed to take out, you're supposed to protect, you're supposed to provide for. If you bring her to upper management, to that level, you're supposed to commit to her. Yet all these other guys may or may not have access to her as well. It's not a good look. Number 4, she keeps in touch with any kind of ex that she doesn't have any ties with still. She still keeps in touch with exes she has zero ties with. So for example, she has an ex-boyfriend, ex-significant other, ex-husband, whatever, has 0 kids with them, 0 ties at all, and they still are in conversation on a regular basis. Now, I'm gonna say this again. Conversation on a regular basis. Let's say she had an ex from high school, and they never went any further but high school. And they are just cool. They know each other. They just cool. That's something different. That's one thing from a long time ago, right? That's different. But let's say she has a recent ex, an ex from 2-3 years ago, ex from 4 years ago, and they still have regular conversation. Maybe not every day, but regular conversation must mean she's not over the relationship. Either she's not over the relationship, or she still likes the validation that he still wants her. And last time I checked, we 3C. We in this 3C lifestyle. And if she wants the benefits of being in our corporation, the only validations from any man she should seek should be you. That's it. And we all know a lot of times these girls keep these exes around for that break in case of emergency pipe. You get what I'm saying? Let's say y'all have a falling out. A lot of women, here's a little tip. A lot of women believe if they go back and have sex with somebody they had sex with before, it doesn't raise their number. It's crazy. It's not a new number. It's not a new person. So they'll keep that orbiter around, that ex that they were comfortable with. Maybe that did them right, that made them bust before, but they just didn't work out. So he's a break in case of emergency situation, just in case y'all going through it. So her number don't increase. To be honest, there's really no reason to have continued conversation on a regular basis with a recent 5-10-year-old, 3-year-old ex if you guys have no ties. The relationship didn't work for a reason, right? She needs to make space, mental space, emotional space, physical space for something better to come in her life. Something better like you. Somebody maybe that lives a 3C lifestyle. Just saying, right? And once again, as a competitive man, you have to hold yourself at a high value. You have to care about your image and what it looks like for you to be walking around with a woman who still has something for her ex. Number 5, last but not least, she isn't coachable. Okay, so I left this at the end because a lot of these things, sometimes, believe it or not, women are unconsciously having these traits and qualities, and they may not even realize how it looks. Because let's be real, they homegirls ain't gonna tell them that it looks bad, unless some of them might. But most of the time, women are the best friends and the worst friends at the same time. They don't want to hurt each other's feelings, so they just talk shit behind each other's back. They don't say it to the girl. So they may not even know how they're perceived and how their perceptions look. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And what I mean by coaching is it's not your job. It's not our job as 3C men to be going around telling women what to do and what not to do. That's not what we do. We just put the perception out there and how it could be perceived and let them make the decision on if it's still that important based on now how they know how they could be perceived, right? So if she's coachable, if she can take instruction, direction, things like that, then hey, that's a quality you want to listen to, you want to look at. But if she can't take instruction, she's not coachable. If she tries to shame you when you give her direction, or she tries to challenge you in a negative way, she tries to meet you with masculine energy, she's not coachable. She's not feminine. She's not basking in her divine femininity. Then you got to ask yourself, do you want, a problem employee on your hands? In the realm of the example that I gave, but do you want that? If you're the CEO of your life, you're the president, there's a vice president. Vice president typically has to follow orders from the president. CEO, CFO, COO, they usually follow instructions. They may not always agree, and they can have conversations. And if you're a good CEO, you'll interest yourself in constructive feedback and criticism, and you'll have a conversation with your executive leadership because they've earned the right to be there, and then you'll move accordingly. But if she's not coachable, that's something you definitely got to pay attention to. Understand this, fellas. There is no woman in the world that comes perfectly assembled. None. A woman that is feminine, funny, cooperative, submissive, doesn't have any daddy issues, has a great relationship with both parents, has amazing sex, doesn't like to go out all the time, dresses right for you, but doesn't dress provocative, knows exactly how men think and how we perceive things and the rules and the do's and don'ts. There is no perfect pre-assembled woman. Sometimes you have to be able to communicate well enough to let this woman know how things look. Maybe she's never thought that before. Maybe she's never been exposed to that before. And I promise you, if you can do that in a masculine, confident way, she'll love you even more. That'll turn her on more than anything in the world. I promise you. Once again, we don't tell women what to do. Okay? We don't say, you better not go to the club and No, that's not what we do. If the club is calling her, and if you're in her life, if she's trying to be a part of your corporation, and she doesn't understand that she needs to perform at work, she can't be out at the club all day because her performance at work is going to suffer. She can't be out there possibly putting the relationship in jeopardy and expect to have all the benefits of a man that's in that 3C lifestyle. Girls who want that, girls who can't understand that, who aren't coachable to that, they want all the benefits of having a provider male in their life, a protector, someone that can teach them new things, someone that can lead them, someone that can make them laugh, bring value to their life. They want all the benefits of that, as well as all the benefits of living that hot girl summer life. And that's just not gonna work, not with us 3C men. But anyway, that's the end of the video. Before I end this video, I gotta give a shout out to two important people. Casey with a K, appreciate you for subscribing and commenting on the videos. Thank you so much for being part of this 3C lifestyle. Just Mitch, appreciate you, my G. Thank you for being part of this 3C lifestyle. So this is pretty much the end of the video. Go ahead and let me know if I left any out, if there's any other traits or qualities you men look for if you decide to promote someone to the executive status, or if they're just going to be a regular employee. Go ahead and put them down in the comments, and I'd love to hear from you guys. Once again, put those 3Cs in there. Let me know you're part of this 3C lifestyle, and I'll give you a shout out on the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so YouTube can notify you whenever I upload new content. If I can touch one person with this information, it does my heart good. All right, I'm out.